Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Claw and the King podcast. Back again. Bit of a hiatus, but we're back and talking about a lot of stuff. Mainly last night, I think we should sort of kick off with, obviously, the Storm versus the Cronulla Sharks in the NRL. Mm-hmm. I think, look, a lot of people are sort of clowning Nico and saying that this Sharks team has a ceiling with sort of the spine players that they have, because they're good players, but they can't reach that sort of top echelon. And I somewhat agree with that, but I think the sort of discourse prior to the game about this is going to be a blowout, like the Storm are by far the better team, especially with Jerome Hughes coming back in. I thought it was actually a pretty good game. I thought it was a pretty close-knit game, and really the Storm only took care of it in the last 10 minutes or so, which you expect a Storm team to do. So, I don't know. What are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much as expected to me. I mean, I at least didn't really watch it that closely. We were sort of at the pub, and there was a few other things going on, so didn't really get to watch it too closely. But I saw a few things that were happening. Obviously, the Storm ran away with it at the end. Hughes seemed to look good in his return, scored a try.
He did.
But yeah, I mean, Nico did drop that one ball. There was the real unforced error, but it looked like he played okay other than that. But yeah, that's just the thing with the Sharks, is their ceiling is a prelim, really. You can't win with Will Kennedy at fullback, in my opinion. You probably can't win with Hines and Trindle as a halves combination. So that's just the reality for them. That I don't know what they do. They haven't re-signed Will Kennedy yet. I don't know if they have any plans at fullback outside of him, but they're obviously not super sold on him at fullback.
I don't know. I think it's a case of, is the grass always greener in that situation? I think Will Kennedy is a really good fullback. Is he Tedesco or a Pappenhausen? No. But he provides a spark and attack that very few fullbacks can. He has good cover defense as well, I think. So it's just a case of...
Does he?
I think he does.
He's pretty bad defensively.
He's not great at times, but he does have the speed to make up for it on some occasions. But some of his, mental errors that he does make. But I don't know. My thing is, get rid of Nico. You say get rid of Kennedy, but it's like, what are the Sharks realistically going to get?
Well, yeah, that's the thing. And I mean, they're making prelims finals every year, which 10 other clubs would, dream to be in that situation.
The Tigers would be fucking creaming their pants over it.
Yeah, it's sort of just taking this Sharks team over the past 3 or 4 years. They're just never going to be... They'll probably be talked about as underachieving because they've been so consistent throughout that period, but never actually made a proper push towards the title. So they'll probably be talked about as underachievers as a group, but they have been a good team when you just look at their results. So.
Yeah, and if you review their season, look, they had sort of bad spots within the year, but I thought at times they looked elite, and especially sort of coming into finals, they had a really good run of form. And in they didn't beat like scrub teams. They beat the Roosters and the Raiders, like two teams that heading into finals, people thought Roosters maybe a dark horse and the Raiders were premiership favourites almost. So, I think it was a good showing from them in the finals. I don't think it's anything to be sort of besmirched about. And maybe they add another piece in there. I know obviously they added Adam Fanua-Blake recently, and they thought that was sort of the signing that would have taken them over the edge. Is there a little signing here or there that could do it for them? I'm not sure. They've got, in my opinion, a top 2 dummy half in the game and number 9 in the game in Blake Brayley. So maybe it's just a case of developing the younger players that they've got coming through their system, and hopefully they can sort of take over from Nico and Kennedy when they start to break down. I don't know what the sort of plan ahead is, but I think you could be in a lot worse spot than the Sharks are in.
Yeah. All in all, pretty solid result. I don't think anyone really predicted them to make a prelim at the start of the finals. So
no. God, most people were saying that they get kicked out first round.
Yeah, so not a bad performance. And as we said, the game was pretty competitive against the Storm. Now onto the Storm. They make another grand final, their second in a row. It's just really annoying at this point. They had the easiest finals run you probably could have had, if we're being honest. Dogs week 1 into Sharks in the prelim. They've dodged pretty much every major bullet they could have. And they've just, played averagely for their standards throughout the entire season, yet they find themselves just strolling into another grand final.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just so Melbourne Storm, though. And I don't know. I think they get rewarded for their consistency, though. And that's the thing. It doesn't, it may seem like, the Storm got the rub of the green or whatever. But they make it every year. And they make a good push every year. So it's tough to say. I mean, look, I know when you play the Storm in the finals, I mean, we both support teams that have played the Storm in those key sort of prelim games or finals or whatever. They're the toughest team out there. In terms of, in those moments, you saw it yesterday. Their key players showed up. Munster, I thought, had his best game in a long while. Their key players know how to perform on the day, and the role players know how to play their role on the day. And it's almost like they're in second gear throughout the regular season, and then when it gets to sort of the finals, they're a different team. And they made it look easy. I get it. Maybe they probably had the most advantageous sort of route in the draw to get to a final, but they still had to sort of put on the performances that they did, and they showed out. So, yeah, I thought that all the spine players were key for the Storm. They looked great. Harry Grant was great again. So, yeah, I think it's an interesting one. If they're going to sort of do it again in the final. Obviously, we can sort of lead this into the game on Sunday, which is Broncos-Panthers.
Game of the year, probably.
Yeah, one of the most anticipated games, if not the most, of the year. Two red-hot teams at the moment. I think Broncos, probably a month ago, maybe a bit more, were kind of like, hey, is this team going to even sort of make it out of round 1? They weren't even in the top 4 at that stage. So for them to sort of take on the form that they have with Adam Reynolds down and Reece Walsh really sort of emerging in that team, I think it's credit to them, and it's going to be an interesting one. I don't know. I just have a gut feeling the Panthers are going to win.
A gut feeling.
A gut feeling that the Panthers are going to win convincingly.
You're going out on a limb there to say the Panthers are going to win.
It is going out on a limb a bit. I mean,
is it?
Yeah, because they've played 2 weeks in a row.
I mean, they are clearly the best team in based on form right now.
Yeah, but you go back to matchups. I think they beat the Wars. We're stumbling into the finals, and they beat the Dogs, who were the Titans could have beat them last week. So they've had an advantageous draw, but they've looked unbelievable. I'm not going to put that against them, but I think they've been able to basically bully the opposition teams because they've been playing probably the 2 weakest teams at those points in the finals.
It's just incredible that they're even at this point, from being last 12 rounds into the competition. Even to make the 8 was a great achievement to continue the dynasty. And all I wanted out of this season was the dynasty to end in the finals, because I just think it deserves to end in the finals. Like, if they just didn't make the finals, and that's how it ended.
The dynasty wouldn't have ended. They've got players are like 28 years old.
I know, but I'm talking about the premiership stretch.
Okay,
ending.
yeah,
you know what I mean. It deserves to end in a prelim or a grand final, and we've got that. They've just gotten so much better throughout the year. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen a mid-season rebuild from a wooden spoon team to premiership favourites. So Ivan Cleary, he's the greatest coach of all time. I think that's a fact now. Nathan Cleary's the greatest player of all time. That's a fact now. Don't say anything about Origin. Right. And the Panthers already were the greatest team of all time. This year has nothing to do with that, but they've just solidified it once again. And yeah, I think they're going to pump Brisbane.
Yeah, I mean, look, against the Dogs, Dylan Edwards played his first good game in about 2 years. So, I mean, it was... Because,
you said the Storm get up for finals, Panthers get up for finals.
They don't get up for Origin, but they get up for finals.
They obviously care about rings more than shields, and there's nothing against that.
That's disgusting behaviour, if I'm going to be honest.
Not disgusting.
I'd say, what's bigger, a shield or a ring?
Ring.
A shield.
A ring.
A shield.
If you ask any player, they would say a ring.
For the Panthers players, it's a shield. Okay. They've already won 4 rings. They don't need another one. I mean, how many fucking fingers do you have?
10.
But you need more than fucking one. How many has Dylan Edwards won? Has he won 1 shield?
1 shield.
Yeah. They need more than 1 or 2 shields. They need to be 5, 6, 7.
6, 7?
No, so look, I've always said it, and you know me, I've always said it. The Panthers, when they play in Penrith or Combank Stadium this year,
Or a core stadium.
or
New Zealand.
or
Suncorp Stadium.
The point is, once they put on that stupid Panther jersey, they're the best team. They're the best players that have ever walked. But the second that they actually try and represent their country or state, they're hopeless. So,
Well, they're pretty good for Samoa.
okay, great. Or sorry, Australia. If they put on the green and gold, or
They're
put
good
on,
for Australia.
not really,
Yeah.
not really.
Yo was just player of the series last
Okay,
year.
Yo was okay, but
Cleary's been great for Australia when
Edwards?
he's played.
Dylan Edwards been great.
I'm sure he played well. I can't remember.
Anyway, what I'm saying is look, I don't want to act like I'm just harping on their parade because they have been great this year, and it's going to be a great game on Sunday. But the reason why I dislike Penrith is simply not even because you're a fan of them. Is simply because they just look so good playing for Penrith, but they look hopeless playing. They look like they've never played together before when they put on the blue jumper, and it's embarrassing. That aside, they're a great team, and I think they're going to win on Sunday.
Are you hoping they win?
See, I don't care either way. I think a lot of people are like hoping, like, oh, can you imagine if it's Storm?
I think
Penrith
everyone's kind of going for the Panthers now because they hate the remaining team, so they're like, I'd rather see a 5-peat.
Yeah, my thing is, I want to see a great final. When my team's not in it, I don't actually hate Penrith enough to be like, I don't want them in the final. I'm more of like I want, as a neutral, to be entertained by the game. So when it was like Eels Penrith final the other year, a couple of years ago, I was like, fuck, this is wank because the Eels are going to get spanked. And when it's two shit teams in the final, it's never good. Or when it's one shit team and one good team, it's never good. So you want the two best teams in the comp at the end. So if Penrith show that they're miles ahead of Brisbane, then I'd want them in. But if Brisbane show the form that they've been sort of showcasing over the last couple of weeks, I 100% want them in. So I think it's a win-win. So, I mean, it's obviously a lose-lose because the Roosters aren't in it. But, I mean, I don't really have a bias towards any team. So I just hope for a good game.
That's disgusting. The Brisbane are from Queensland.
Yeah, but like
They need to be destroyed.
Melbourne are from Melbourne. Like,
Yeah, it's better than Queensland. And they're already in, so there's no choice for them.
yeah. But I dislike Penrith as much as I do Brisbane.
See, that's poor form.
Is it?
Yeah.
Have you ever been to Penrith?
Yeah.
It's not the best place in the world, mate. I'll tell you
It's
that for
actually
free.
it's a booming industry.
Is it?
Yeah, it is.
Well, look, they've got a leagues club that looks like Vegas, and everything else is dog shit. I mean, I'll
They've got
stand on that.
everything else is improving. The housing market,
The housing market.
the infrastructure.
No, yeah, there's a lot of new houses there. There's a good river.
The
Maybe the
economy in
rowing
Penrith has exploded due to the success of the team on the field, basically, which is a massive achievement for the club and organisation.
Yeah,
so,
look, I'm not doubting it's not grown, but like it's taking it from a shed to like an apartment. Like, it's kind of like, yeah, you've upgraded, but to what?
well, they've upgraded.
They've upgraded.
They're on the journey.
Look, they're on the up and
journey
up.
of upgrades. Anyway, in terms of the actual game, no Carrigan, so that's a massive out for Brisbane. Moses Leota has been absolutely carving up, maybe in career best form. So him and Payne Haas, that's going to be a juicy battle. And then in terms of how we win the game, I honestly see Cleary just kicking Reece Walsh to death. And I see Liam Martin flattening him on every kick chase, and we suffocate them. And eventually Dean Mariner makes a dumb error coming out of the backfield.
Yeah, I think the first 15 minutes are crucial. I do. I think if Penrith can get into their rhythm of just sort of suffocating the Broncos and making them sort of play out their own end and just making it a real physical battle, I think Penrith will win. Even if they've not scored, it's just physically, if they can sort of impose their will early, I think that they'll take advantage for the rest of the game. Alternatively, I think if Brisbane sort of showcase their talent, can get some good ball in good areas, and can sort of build sort of maybe even a try lead or a 2-try lead early on. And the Panthers are sort of playing catch-up because the Panthers haven't played catch-up in finals so far this year. So
No, but we've seen it before, though, against this team.
no, we have. So look, I would never put it against Penrith to come back, but what I'm saying is if Brisbane can get into their rhythm and get into the form that they've been in over the past couple of weeks, I think they've got a real shot as well. So yeah, it's just I think it's just how the game starts for me, and we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I'm not pulling for either team, but just hope for a good game.
Yeah, well, Penrith 13 plus, Toe anytime try scorer, Nathan man of the match.
If you take any betting advice from him, you're an idiot.
But that's a lock to win, though.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Right. What about last night's lock? Was that a lock or?
Well, that was really rushed because the game, I was placing a bet as the players were running onto the field, and you have to place the bet before the game starts.
That's why.
So I was under like a really significant time crunch, so I just went bang, 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 place.
Yeah, look, that hurts, mate.
So it wasn't really thought through.
Yeah, no, I get that. Yeah, I can see where you went wrong there. Okay, so you're thinking Penrith Melbourne final?
Penrith Melbourne rematch of last year.
Okay,
Penrith 5 in a row.
Cheeky. Do you want to move on? What are you thinking?
What am I thinking?
What sport are you thinking? What do you want to move into?
Let's go American Rugby League, the NFL.
Oh, okay. I was getting scared for a second there. So NFL kind of kicked off 2-3 weeks ago. Okay. What the fuck was that?
Notification.
That was a weird. Sorry, it was a weird noise. So yeah, NFL kicked off. I'm wearing actually LA Chargers jersey.
They're pretty shit, aren't they?
No, we're 3-0.
Oh right.
So yeah, we're good. No, so it's kicked off a couple of surprising sort of outcomes so far. The Ravens are 1-2. The Chiefs are 1-2. So the couple of the good teams are kind of falling away to the start. My boy Herbert, he's doing well so far. And yeah, it's kicking off. Have you been watching any of the games?
No, I haven't.
You don't watch any of the games?
No, not at the moment. Like I only watch the big ones, really.
What are the big ones?
Like the Super Bowl.
The Super Bowl. Right.
The Super Bowl, yes. There's but I do get some reels and posts about it from time to time. Travis Kelce appears to be washed.
He is washed, but I think he's been washed for 2 years now. So yeah, some big things coming out. My fantasy team as well, it's doing okay so far. Look, it is what it is. Mike Evans, you're fucking me. But apart from that, it's okay.
Oh, I've been getting Derrick Henry stuff. He's selling at the moment.
He is. He's fumbled 3 games in a row. And a fumble is very rare for a running back.
Right.
So you usually get 2 to 3 tops per year if you're a top end one. Mm-hmm. And he's fumbled 3 times in 3 games. So he's not doing the best. And he's kind of sold, the Ravens, and that's why they're not doing as well. The Bills look good. Your Panthers look horrendous. Like
they're always shit.
Yeah, no, they're not great. And then, apart from that, the Lions look good. The Packers look good. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see sort of how it develops. It's tough to sort of gauge early on just because it's...
The Eagles. Everyone's hating on the Eagles at offense because he doesn't throw the ball further than 10 yards.
Yeah, that's right. That is right. I don't know what you're looking at, but yeah, that is right.
I was looking at the table.
No, yeah, you're right. The Eagles, they're like the Panthers. They just somehow find a way to win.
Baker Mayfield.
Yeah,
everyone's been on him.
Oh, everyone's saying Baker's good, and it's a good redemption story, I think, for Baker. Got cut by your Panthers, by the way.
Really?
Yep, got cut. And then goes to Tampa.
Wasn't he in New York?
No, he was in Cleveland, LA for a bit, Panthers, and yeah, he went to the Buccaneers, and now he's a top 5 quarterback in the league, probably. So the Panthers could have had him. Pardon me. So yeah, some interesting stuff. But nothing major to sort of report on. So far, no major scandals to sort of delve into, unfortunately.
No Antonio Brown-esque things going on?
No. There's a couple of CTE fellas walking around, but look, it happens. CTE. Not great.
It'll get you.
But yeah, anyway, moving on. Bit of NBA. Kind of sort of warming in. Not much to talk about. Mainly MPJ's just on this media tour that just doesn't seem to help him whatsoever. He's just...
To be fair, I don't think anyone knew anything about MPJ's life until this offseason.
Yeah, because he's stuck in Denver.
And he's just gone... Yeah. He's just gone... exposed his personality to the world.
Yeah, it's bizarre. He's interviewing sort of OnlyFans people. Some stars of the internet. Let's just put it that way. He's he's just yapping. And is he the franchise player that Brooklyn are hoping for? Probably not. But look,
franchise player, yeah, I don't.
Well, is he going to even be like a solid player? I think he's like the first NBA player to get CTE, probably.
From what?
Just from like life. He's had some bad injuries.
From life.
And he's just yapping like he's got CTE.
I love when he's I think the best one's where he's making his ex or his girlfriend pay the rent. Half the rent, I think.
Oh, yeah.
He's on
Bro, you're on 120 million. And he's like, I Uber 3 times a day. It's like...
Yeah, he's like, oh, it's worth the $200 a day on Ubering to beat the traffic. And I'm like, you're still sitting in the traffic.
Yeah. And why can't... If you're just paying $200 on Uber for an Uber a day, why don't you just rent a driver? Like, why can't you just get your own personal driver at that point? You're on 120 million. I'm sure you can afford your own driver. He's just a bizarre fella. But yeah, not much happening in the NBA world other than that. Luka's slimming down, but I mean, look, it's the regular sort of thing. Zion actually slimmed down. Have you seen that?
No, I haven't.
So Zion did a press conference, looking skinnier, to be fair to him, and basically said he is in the best shape of his life, and he's never felt this good since college.
I don't want to hear it.
And it's like,
unless
I
see you string 30 games together, I don't want to hear it.
I have zero faith in Zion being anything. And look, I think it's just a sad case of him eating too much and him also being injury prone, which does not pair well together historically. So
every time I hear that, I just think of Stephen A.
Yeah.
I'm not joking. He'll eat the table.
It's just, it's a sad state of affairs, his career so far. And it's just, I mean, he was like, in terms of hype, I don't think there's a prospect like him since LeBron.
No, I think he is the most hyped since LeBron. I mean, Cooper Flagg's been pretty hyped this year.
Yeah, but like, he's hyped because he's like, people think he's unreal. Like, Zion was hyped because, holy shit, this fucking massive fucking, a bit chubby fella is jumping out the gym and like blocking, jumping over people.
He's got a good NBA highlights package, but nothing. It's not like he's got posters on posters. You know what I mean? He hasn't really been dunking on people in the NBA.
Well, I saw a TikTok actually of like this guy saying, if you could give me, if I had a franchise and you offered me 16-year-old Zion or 25-year-old Zion, I'll take the 16-year-old Zion. Like, just because
probably.
Because athletically, I think he peaked then. It's one of those like sad cases where you get it in like tennis and other sports as well, where you just have these athletes that are at their physical peak when they're 19. And that's what Zion was. He was at his physical peak when he was 19. And look, injuries didn't help, but I think now he's just like, he's a good post-up player because he's big and like he can finish around the rim. But like, what else can he do? And because his athleticism is not what it was when he was. I mean, watching his high school tapes is like imagine playing that fucker in high school.
It would be like playing me, kind of.
Yeah, that's what they said. What was it? The sevenths,
Fifths.
The fifths.
Asked
High school fifth.
They asked me to play fourths.
Yeah, and
So-
if you're confused about what fifths means, it means he was in the fifth best team for our age group. So, like, look, it's the open age.
It's a blight. It's a blight on the grading system, though.
Yeah, yeah.
More than
how you're an
anything.
undiscovered talent is just crazy. I mean, so like in America, they have like high school, like the high school team, and then they got the JV.
So in America, they only have one team per school.
No, they got two. So
What if you're shit and you want to play basketball,
you're in the JV team.
junior varsity?
So that's the seconds, basically.
Yeah, but what if you can't make that?
Then you don't make it.
Then there's no inclusivity.
You don't play.
So there's just if you're shit, you just can't play.
No, you don't.
So okay, well yeah. So in Australia, it doesn't matter how shit you are, you get in the team.
Yeah, you're playing. But I guess we went to. I mean, we went to a school that had like that just accommodated for that. Like I'm sure, like if you went to another school, you'd be like, nah, there's just one team, mate.
Yeah, true.
But no, yeah. So yeah, Oscar was essentially. I mean, I was in the team as well, so I can't hate. But you were in
And I was the star
fifth
player,
best team. And look, open age, so let's just say you were in the fifth best team in high school. You weren't, but let's just say you were in the fifth best team, and you should have made the NBA, essentially.
Well, I could have.
Yeah.
In another life.
Yeah, in another life.
I could be honestly, I could be Kyle Korver. I think.
You reckon you could be Kyle Korver?
Yeah.
I think he probably hit like 100 threes in a row. Like when he was shooting, he probably hit like 30 to 40 threes in a row.
Yeah, but like I'm saying, if I trained from the age of 4, I could do that.
Yes, so could I, mate.
No,
so
you
could anyone.
No.
Why?
Because I've got the build.
You're like 3 inches smaller than Kyle Korver.
Well, still.
You'd be literally like Jimmer Fredette.
No, I'd be like Klay Thompson. I'd be like Steph Curry. Let's be honest.
You'd be like Steph Curry. So you got to get the handles like Steph Curry and the center of gravity in the balance.
I just got to do these ones with the ball.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah. And you got to be fast because you're not as fast or nimble as Steph Curry.
Surely I would be.
No.
Bit of speed training.
Yeah.
We haven't accounted for that.
Yeah. Anyway, and you did finish like second in high jump for our school.
Yeah.
So there's that. So you like the athleticism. It's top peak. It's getting there. So
it's like a 50-inch vert.
don't think it's that, but yeah, we'll play by those rules. Anyway, moving on. Did you want to talk a bit about UFC?
UFC. Yep. There's a bit going on in the news. Not so much in terms of the actual fights at the moment. I think the next card is Ankalaev versus Pereira coming back. But I guess the main news that we'll talk about is around the White House and the apparently finalized card that's going to be happening in, I think it's June next year.
Yes.
Yeah, so there's been some sort of, not drawings, I don't know what you call them, graphics that have come out showing what it could look like. Dana's obviously been doing the press tour talking about, it's what they're going to walk out of the Oval Office.
Which is insane. Which I love, but it's insane.
It's it looks pretty hectic. I don't know how many. I think they're saying they're trying to get 5,000 people to actually watch it in person on the lawn. I don't know what the lawn's called.
Yeah.
But yeah, it appears that this is actually going to happen, which will be like, it will probably be one of those moments, in history that you just look back on in 50 years and go, what the fuck was going on?
Well, yeah, apparently, yeah. So they've got like, I think it might be a bit more than it might be like 10,000 on the lawn. And see, it's just about like, I think he was talking about like how much weight you can put on it. They're not too sure yet, but I think there's going to be like a separate like almost like a festival where it's like a bunch of people, like where you like for an England game, for example, you'd be like a ton of people just standing on a grass field, and then there's like a massive screen of the fights. So, yeah, look, if it goes ahead, it's crazy. And the main thing is I think they're marketing it well now, just talking about it. I think people are getting excited for it, but they've got to market it well with the fighters that they choose. And that's kind of the big discussion is who's going to fight and who's not. I think Conor versus Chandler's got to happen. It's like talk about whatever you want, like whatever matchup. A main event has got to have an American in it, and I think Chandler and Conor is like the perfect match for this occasion. It's a bit of a weird thing. It's just it's a stunt, really, and these fighters are basically washed. I mean, beyond washed at this point. So let's get rid of USADA for it. That's the first thing. Maybe you can check for like steroids and stuff. Actually, maybe not if Jones is fighting.
That's all USADA do.
Well, they check for other illicit drugs.
No, they don't care about that shit now.
Okay, then bombs ahead. Conor's good to fight. But maybe, the other fight as well, people are talking about Jones Aspinall. I think that's got to be the main event. Those two fights have got to happen. You can fucking put some random Dagestani against some random fucking Portuguese bloke and for the undercuts and whatever. The main event has got to be a co-main with Conor, Chandler, Jones, Aspinall. It's got to.
That would be good. Dana's openly said he wants Conor. Conor said he wants it. Apparently, he wants 100 mil for it. I'm sure they can find the money for that. But yeah, so the Conor one that does seem.
It does seem plausible.
Against Chandler, I don't know. I'd say fuck it, just give him Islam.
No, but I think it's got to be against an American. This is like the epitome of Americans right now, of America as well. Like this is Trump's America.
But does America want Michael Chandler representing them?
I think so.
Just to go out there and fight like a flop and get knocked out.
You could get who's the other bloke?
Gaethje. Maybe put Gaethje in. That would be better.
Yeah, but Gaethje wouldn't chat. I think the Chandler Conor thing is just like you just know it's going to be a fucking slugfest. Like Gaethje would probably try and take him down.
No, he won't. What?
No,
Gaethje's like the most entertaining fighter on the roster.
No, he is, but I think he understands Conor's limitation. I think Chandler would just be like, fuck it. I'm just going to fight. I'm just going to throw hands. And Chandler's worse than Gaethje. Gaethje has a chance of like making this look embarrassing because Conor's, let's be honest here, he's not being the most disciplined over the past couple of years. So you want a shit fighter, but a shit fighter that you know you're going to get entertained by. And Chandler is like the gold medal of doing that. So you've got to have him.
I guess.
And Jones, it's got to be Jones Aspinall. This is England versus the USA. Like this is the epitome of what this event stands for. This is
colonization.
This is colonization. The British can take back America. I reckon that's got to be on the cards. Like,
that's the stakes of the fight.
That's the stakes. If Aspinall beats Jones,
we get
America back.
Donald Trump welcomes in, who's the PM?
Keir Starmer.
Yeah,
it's a weird guy.
Okay.
We'll get Nigel Farage. We'll get Nigel in there. He can be the American president or diplomat or whatever you want to call him.
Okay.
But we take back America on this fight. And look, if America wins, I don't know what you want to take. You can take England for all I care. So this is a fight for a country.
Okay, fight for the country. I like it. It raises the stakes. If you're America, do you want John Jones to represent you in that sort of a situation? I don't know if I've got the confidence in that guy to pull off the win. But we'll see how. I mean, the issue is that Aspinall needs to win, so he's got a fight booked against Cyril Gane. Obviously needs to win that, which you'd think he'd win, but it's heavyweight. Anything could happen. If he loses, that obviously becomes a massive problem because Cyril Gane versus John Jones. Who wants to see that again? Well,
that'll be. I mean, you might as well pencil that in for the White House. I mean, it's still a lot to sort of hash out because Jones is clearly not wanting to fight Aspinall. So it's a kind of a case of like if Gane wins somehow, then you can bet your bottom dollar that it'll be Jones Gane for the White House one. I mean, it'd be fucking written in the stars. He'll be calling Dana Monday morning saying, "Hey mate, just to let you know, unretired, White House, lock me in."
But it's Dana's. Dana's gonna have to put his ego aside because he's pissed off at Jones at the moment for retiring and unretiring to dodge the Aspinall fight, basically, and he said he doesn't want Jones on the White House card because he needs someone he can trust.
Well, Conor is not the most trustworthy bloke at the moment. I'll say that.
No, but he's got this warped vision of Conor from 10 years ago, where he accepted a short notice fight against Chad Mendes. He thinks he's the absolute sickest dude
Well,
ever.
to be fair-
he's like, he's never turned down a fight.
Conor McGregor made him a billionaire, so I can't hate on him for maybe believing in the bloke. But no, I think I get that Dana wants to sort of put his foot down with Jones and is a bit tired of him. However, I think he'll look. The Sphere was a cool event, but if we're honest, there wasn't big enough fighters fighting in it. It was not big enough because simply the fighters weren't. And I think they made like the whole theme like Mexican something, and it was a really cool event, but it could have been even better. It could have been even cooler, and it could have been one of the biggest UFC events of all time, but it just wasn't at the end of the day. So I think Dana appreciates more than anyone the value of a key mainline fighter. So if Aspinall wins and Jones says, you know what, I'll do the fight for the White House, I don't think he would say no. I don't think he could possibly say no.
Yeah, I mean that would be obviously incredible. And then you got to stack it even further. I want 5 title fights on this card.
I don't care.
5 male title fights.
Yeah.
Joke. I want to see.
Ronda Rousey back.
Ronda
Get Ronda
Rousey.
Rousey back.
Ronda
Where is she
Rousey-
hiding out?
I just saw her actually doing some boxing training.
Get Ronda Rousey on an undercard.
So, Ronda Rousey versus who's the champ right now? Kayla Harrison, I think.
Oh, she'll get fucking smoked.
Well-
No. No. I'm of the opposite view. If you get that main card right, the Conor Chandler, Jones Aspinall, I couldn't give a rat's ass about the rest of it.
Make it the best card ever.
But
Make the prelims ranked matchups between lightweights and welterweights and all these
yeah, look, I get
you know
that.
what I mean?
You want the best card possible, but I don't want you to be focusing on that. That's my point. You don't be focusing on these little fucking undercards where you got ranked match, like whatever. Don't be wasting your time on that. Waste your time on those 2 fights on the big boys. Make sure you get them sorted first because that's the main thing. And then if you got time, fucking do some Dagestani ranked bloke who's going to knock the shit out of someone or wrestle him for 10, 15 minutes. So, look, my main thing is get the main guys right. The rest will sort itself out. And hopefully it goes ahead and goes swimmingly. Anyways.
Yes.
Moving on.
We can talk about Premier League. Have we talked about Premier League?
We can talk about
Soccer?
Prem. We can talk a bit about it.
United
United,
suck.
we've looked worse. Look, in terms of, I think we've got 7 points so far, and I think if you look at if you told me sort of at the start of the season after this run of games, because we've had the toughest schedule to start out. We've had Chelsea, Arsenal, and Liverpool, I believe, so far. So if you told me that we would get 7 points, I'd be fucking jumping for joy at this stage. So, yeah, look, I think most people are saying United are doing crap mainly because we lost to Grimsby. And we did. We lost to Grimsby.
That did happen.
That did happen. But could I give a shit about the Carabao Cup? Not really. And look, the main thing is that we're showing progress and the young players are developing. I don't think we're playing as well as we should. I think playing Bruno where he's being played is ridiculous, in my opinion. He's playing like a deeper midfield role, which does not suit his game whatsoever. He needs to be sort of the creative spark in attack. I thought Mbeumo's really looked good recently. Cunha looked good at the start of the season, picked up a little nagging injury, but he'll be back this week. We're actually playing 9:30 tonight.
9:30.
So you got to watch, mate. You got to watch, surely. You got Stan?
Stan? Not Stan Sport, I don't think. Is it on Stan Sport?
Yeah.
I thought it was coming on to KO.
No, it's on Stan.
I swear it was just getting. Oh, was it Stan?
Yeah. So yeah, watch it. It's 9:30. Have a gaze of it.
Well, the Ryder Cup's on.
Right. Yeah, you could watch some golfers hit some balls. Sure.
I'd rather watch the Ryder Cup.
But no, the Ryder Cup. I mean, I think what are the Europeans just smoking them already? I mean,
Yeah, they're up 5. They're up by 3 points.
So, yeah, that's already done. So, no, look, I think at the end of the day, my thing is I want United to do well, and we're doing okay. So, you can't hate on that. Liverpool kind of just winning games in the 95th minute every time, so that's okay, I guess. Not ideal. Arsenal, same problems as usual. They look good against the shit teams, but against the good teams, they just sit back and show them too much respect. Because they've got probably the best team in the league. But their manager just plays this defensive, pragmatic approach, which is so boring. And they're missing out on points. So they played City last week, and they really... I mean, City aren't that good at the moment. And they made City look like fucking world beaters. So...
Is Gyökeres playing well?
He's scoring here and there. He's looking okay.
What happened to the United guys? He even played?
Sesko. See, people are calling like Sesko a flop already. He's coming off the bench. Like, he started one game. Like, people are just fucking hating on him for no reason. Like, he's literally not played, but he's come off the bench for like 10 minutes. And people are like, oh, he's playing shit. So, I think he's looked dangerous. I'm hoping it's not a Højlund situation. He looks more athletic. He looks really athletic. Like, he looks really, really quick and sort of agile and can jump unbelievable. He's kind of like you.
Like me.
Yeah, he looks like you, actually. Tell me he doesn't look like Sesko. He's spitting image. He's a talented player, so hopefully we can develop him right. Doubt we can, but here we go.
Here we go. Speaking of players developing, Rashford, he's looked like he's returned to career best form.
Yeah,
so
that's great. No, I mean, I could have fucking told you this 6 months ago. As soon as, like, when Rashford wants to play well and he's in a good vein of form, he is a top 5 player in the world. He was for United in that season with Ten Hag, where we came third. He was unbelievable. Like, he was, I'd argue, at that time, he was the best player in the world. I'd argue it. He was unbelievable. So I've seen it from him. It's just it's not, you can deal with a purple patch player if it's like 3 games or 2 games you're good and then 2 or 3 games you're shit. Like, I can deal with that. He would go years playing crap. Like, since that season, he was horrendous. Before that season as well, horrendous. Like, for like a year or 2. So, I'm at the point now where I'm like, congrats, mate. Enjoy your football. I can't deal with watching you. You are just, like, you're talented, you're unbelievable, but you get in your own head. You're like a moody child. Like, you can't get out of your own head when you're upset. So, enjoy Barcelona, mate. Brilliant place. Have some cervezas on me. Don't, because you make 400
is he still on
a week, and I don't.
400 a week. Holy shit.
I don't make that, unfortunately. So yeah, have them on yourself. And then have a bit of tapas. Have a bit of paella, as the Spanish like to call it.
But is he still on loan?
Yeah, so he's on an obligation to buy. So
they'll probably buy him.
They'll buy him, especially if he's playing like he is now. He's like 30 million, whatever. So they'll buy him. So yeah, that's a bit shit. Onana's gone. Thank fuck for that.
I saw that.
Thank fuck. He was man of the match first game in fucking Turkey. Great.
Amarin's just on a clean out.
Yeah,
he's on
he's
on a mission.
Yeah, we got rid of him. But he's on loan, unfortunately. But he, honestly, now that he's gone, I can say he was the worst goalkeeper in Man United history. I think that's not even
now that he's gone.
Well, now that he's not playing, I can look back retrospectively and say, over the course of his time at Man United, he was the worst.
United have had a history of great keepers. De Gea, Van der Sar.
I might go a step further. He's the worst in Premier League history.
The worst keeper in Premier League history.
Yeah, maybe even English football history. Maybe that.
Wow,
that
is big cool,
and was hopeless. We single-handedly lost games, like multiple in a row, because of him. He didn't save a thing. He couldn't kick the ball. He was cringe. He was weird. He was a weird guy anyway. He was just hopeless. It's not like we got our keeper situations any better, but like...
Well, then you guys not good?
Bayinder's fucking horrendous. He's as weak as piss, honestly.
Is that the new signing?
No, the new signing's a guy called Lamens. Probably going to be shit again. We're buying like these young kids. Like, have we developed anyone?
Why can't they just sign a good keeper?
Because even that's like a risk for us. Like when we signed Onana, it was like, oh, he just made Inter. He just went to the Champions League final with Inter. He's a great player.
Just sign like Allison or something.
Oh yeah,
or Edison.
Falling off trees, mate.
Edison's
crap. He can't save a thing either.
Well, he was really good before.
Well, he was good with his feet and City had like the best defense in the league paired with it, so like he didn't have to make many saves. I don't even know.
Well, does Barcelona still have Szczesny?
Who?
Szczesny.
Yeah. Szczesny.
Didn't he come out of retirement to play for Barca?
What are you yapping about? Szczesny's like 50 years old. He was playing it. Szczesny was playing. You mean ter Stegen?
No, Szczesny.
Szczesny was playing for Arsenal when we were like born.
No, bro, I promise you.
He was playing for Arsenal like when like Rosicki was playing for Arsenal.
No, he was playing for Juventus, right?
Yes, he was. Yeah,
and then he retired.
Yes,
but then he came out of retirement. He's 35, mate. He's playing for Barcelona.
Oh, I didn't know that. He's clearly not played for Barcelona.
I just had better ball knowledge than you.
No, it's just you look at one Instagram reel and just say, "Oh, Szczesny's at Barcelona." Now.
He's played 15 games so far.
Over what? 2 years?
Since last year.
So yeah, 2 years.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm not bringing Szczesny to fucking.
No,
United.
but I mean like that. You know, there's obviously keepers out there that you can just go and get. Is what I mean.
But that's what I'm saying. Is even like getting an established keeper is not a guarantee for us. Like, I don't even know. I've given up, like even guessing who will be good and who will be bad from people we sign. I have no idea. But yeah, hopefully it doesn't turn out too bad for the young Lamens. Yeah, Lamens.
Hopefully he makes amends.
Hopefully he does. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, I can't talk about United any longer. Have you seen the United Strand guy?
United Stand?
No, Strand. The guy that is growing his hair out until...
Well, I've seen there's heaps of copies of it.
Yeah, there's heaps of but he was like, I'm growing my hair out until United win 5 in a row, and he's been growing his hair out for a year and a half.
I've seen it. It's very long.
I feel bad for the guy.
Did he get into an altercation or something?
Yeah, some weird guy at the ground was like grabbing his hair and was like taking the piss out of him, and it was just like weird. It was just, yeah. He sounds like a great guy. Sounds like a really nice guy. So hopefully he can cut his hair soon.
Yeah.
Don't know if he will. But we're one game on the trot, so we just got to win
just 4 more. Yeah. Is it an easy stretch coming up?
Not really. Easier. I think we got City. So
that'll be tough.
Yeah. Anyway, anything else to yap about?
F1.
Talk
about heating up the title race. Obviously, I don't know if you watched the race last week.
I did.
Oscar Piastri crashing on the first lap. Not ideal.
Well, crashing in qualifying as well as the first lap. I mean, the bloke couldn't catch a break. It was almost like it was anti-Australian, the course. You reckon it was just some kind of bias against him?
I don't know.
Bogey course?
I think, well, maybe it's his bogey course. I'd have to go and look at the stats of his recent performances there. But I think it was just an error from him. I think he was just trying to go for the overtake because he obviously started further back than he would have liked, and he was trying to make up positions quickly. I think he just got too aggressive on the first lap, tried to go around the outside in a really tight spot, and just locked up and bit off more than he can chew. So I think it was a mistake for a guy that's leading the championship. You've got to know the most important thing from here is that you finish every race. So yeah, a bit of a rookie mistake, I guess you could say, from Oscar, which is really rare. He's normally known as the super calm and under control guy. So yeah, but luckily for him, Lando did shit anyway, so he didn't lose too many points.
No.
But Max Verstappen is the guy everyone's talking about. It seems like that Red Bull has found some speed, and he is obviously the best driver in the world. So if that car has any level of speed, he will be extremely competitive in every race.
Yeah.
So everybody's looking over their shoulders.
Well,
right
how
now.
far away is he from Piastri?
It's a decent way. It's a decent way.
Because you'd imagine that he can't lose it from here.
He can lose it.
He can.
So I think it would be, if Max won every race, Oscar would need to finish third every race.
Okay. So I think Piastri's kind of got it in the bag. Or McLaren does.
It's about
Norris
80, 70, 75 points, I think.
I think that's too much. Verstappen's going to have the odd bad race. Piastri's too good of a driver to sort of consistently not finish. So, yeah, he'll be getting points. He'll be picking points up. So, yeah.
But it's not guaranteed. You know what I mean?
I think it is. I think it's guaranteed that McLaren will win. I think Norris could overtake Piastri, but yeah, you would need a lot more mistakes from Piastri that we haven't seen other than the last race. So,
yeah, but not necessarily. I mean, because the McLaren looked slow in that race. Like it definitely wasn't the fastest car. Arguably, wasn't even the second fastest car. So
yeah, but you'd argue if both drivers do bad, you'd argue it's just the car wasn't suited to the conditions. Like if it's one race, you've got to assume it's just the conditions and the course itself didn't suit the car.
Yeah.
If it happens over multiple races, then you're fucking panicking. But I think one race, you got to slow your roll a bit. You got to be like, okay.
Yeah, but it's still, you know what I mean? It's like the devil on your shoulder, Max Verstappen. He's just lurking, and you just know that he's going to put in a performance every week. I think this season has showed that he is, in my opinion, the greatest driver of all time.
You think so?
I think so. Just what he's done in a tractor is absolutely insane. Yuki Tsunoda, I think he finished 4th or 5th in this race. I think he actually had a pretty solid race. I want to say that's his, at most, second time he's finished in the points since joining Red Bull, which was about 15 races ago. So to do what he's done is just insane. I know the car's, designed around his driving style, but still, to execute to that extent is absolutely ridiculous. Lando Norris, been a bit fraud checked this year, I'll be honest.
Is he?
Yeah.
He's coming second by like 20 points.
But he's meant to be the Messiah. He's meant to be McLaren's boy. And,
maybe just Oscar Piastri's good.
We can talk about yeah, he is good.
Well, maybe it's just the case that they're both good.
Well, yeah. But Lando was meant to be the best thing ever, and he's not.
If Piastri finishes out the top 10 next race and Lando wins, he's like 1 point away from him.
Still. And we can talk about the fucking switcheroo they did at the last race. Zach Brown getting on the mic. Oh, we'll just hand that spot back, Oscar. We'll give Lando this win. Some of the most disgusting stuff I've ever seen.
Formula 1 are disgusting.
If they asked Max Verstappen to do that, there is no way in hell.
Well, you could argue that's the problem with Red Bull is the fact that they've tailored their entire thing around Max Verstappen, and then the second driver is fucking hopeless because they're driving a fucking
Yeah, but you can't give places, just change places for no reason.
McLaren see it as a team. Red Bull doesn't. That's the difference in philosophies.
Well,
and that's why McLaren...
If they see it as a team, they should let the drivers decide it.
No, I agree with that.
So they were finishing first and second regardless.
No, I agree. I don't disagree with that at all. But I do understand sort of their mentality of they want both drivers to be competing. And to be fair, you'd want towards the latter end of the season, you want both drivers to be close within each other, so those races have meaning and they can race.
They don't care about that.
I think they just want to prop up both drivers. I don't think they don't want a case of where Piastri's like far and away the best driver and Lando isn't.
Well, why?
I think it helps
if
them.
that's
It creates the fact that they're competing to the end. I don't know. I think
if they're winning the constructors either way, they should just stay out of it for the drivers' perspective.
I don't know. I think it benefits them if they're both viewed evenly within the company. So I don't know. I understand their thinking behind it. I wouldn't have done it, but I understand their thinking.
Anyway, it's going to be an exciting few races for the back end of the year. I don't know how many races are left, but
yeah, and
it will be.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Another thing to note on Williams getting a podium.
Yes. Before Carlos Sainz getting a podium in Williams before Lewis did in Ferrari. That's pretty
Well, yeah, I was
poor.
I was in Spain a couple months ago. Didn't know if you knew. Just thought I'd throw it out there. And I was chatting with these English blokes in the pub, and they were there for the F1 actually. I think it was like the Spanish race or whatever a couple of days after, and they were having this talk about Lewis Hamilton, and they were big Lewis fans, which most English, F1 fans are. And they were like, "Oh no, this year when he gets in, trust me, when he gets into that Ferrari, he's going to be a different level. Like he's going to show what he's really about." And I'm like, I don't know. He looked kind of washed. I'm the biggest Lewis. I'm a Lewis fan. Like I want Lewis to win, but I don't know. Like he consistently got outperformed by his teammate last year, and his teammate isn't even. He's good, but he's not like the best. I think Leclerc's better than Russell. So is that going to change for Ferrari? I think it's more of a publicity thing. And they're like, no, you don't get it. Lewis did the same thing in 2013 when he was...
Yeah, when he was fucking 30 years old.
When he was moving back to... You were too young to understand when that move when he made from McLaren to Mercedes. It was... Everyone said he was an idiot. And look, he's not wrong. That move was sort of frowned upon at the time. And he ended up winning, 6, 7 in a row. So I get it. But also, the point that I made after that was, well, yeah, he was like 23 when he did that. Or like 20. He was in mid-20s. Like, he's a lot older now. So I don't know if that's, that's going to work when you're older.
No, but it's just kind of sad because you can see how much he still cares and is just... He's been probably harshest on himself, I'd say, this year. Like some of his post-race interviews are just like visceral. You can see how devastated he is in his own performance, as well as the cars, because obviously Ferrari haven't been as fast as they would have liked this year. But it's just sad because you can see it's just a guy that just in sports where you run, you say they've lost a step. You can see a guy that's just lost a step.
Yeah.
But he just doesn't want to give it up. He wants to hold on to that.
That's the love of the game. He just loves... And you have different athletes that have different mentalities. Like, an instance that I think's relevant is like... I don't know if you know him, Aaron Donald for the Rams. He was the best defensive player in the world, won the Super Bowl, and basically just hung it up. It was 30. You still see his like workout videos on Instagram. He's fucking so built. He could still probably be an all-star. So that's they call an all like a pro bowler. He could still be a pro bowler in the NFL, but he just gave it up because he was like, my heart's not in it anymore. I don't want to do it. I've achieved all I wanted to achieve. I'm done. He could have made $100 million more, probably even more, and still competed at the highest level. But he said, I'm gonna give it up at 30. But there are other athletes, even like a Tom Brady, for instance, in that same sport, who refuse to give it up. Aaron Rodgers refused to because they just love it. And Lewis is the same. When he's like, it's hard to sort of like put yourself as a fan in the mind of that. Like, why you got this amount of money? Why don't you just give it up? Like, Lewis has been racing since he was fucking like 5 years old. Like, he loves this shit more than like this is his life.
Well, he's famously had high-profile relationships that have fallen apart because he refuses to prioritize anything above racing.
He only loves... Like, that's all he's ever known. It's like... I don't know. It's tough for, like, a regular fan to imagine or put themselves in those shoes, but when your whole life is centered around doing this one thing and people are telling you, you've got to stop, and just... Like, in his head, he's probably like, well, what else am I going to do? Like, am I just going to fucking sit on the couch? Like, I don't have any other skills. I don't have any other hobbies. My whole life has been this one sport and racing in this sport. It's not like I could go into, owning it or like being a manager of a team or whatever. Like, all I know is how to do is race a car. Like, that's all I care about. So you want me to give that shit up? Like, I don't know. I think people are too harsh on these older athletes that like, oh, he's washed. Why doesn't he retire? It's like, I don't know. Maybe because he just loves it. I don't know.
Yeah. But it's a tricky one because people don't like seeing their idols and favorite athletes and all that. continue to perform when they're not at their best, and it kind of taints their image and legacy in that sort of way. But then that also is what separates the greats from the good. You know what I mean? Like that's what separates Tom Brady from Aaron Donald as a GOAT from a great player. That's what separates Lewis Hamilton from Nico Rosberg. So it's a double-edged sword, but you know what I mean? He's still, it's not like he's shit. He's still decent.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just a bit of...
Yeah, I think he'll probably go, like he'll go to Williams. Like I think he probably will be racing for another 3-4 years. Just because he loves it. Like I think he'll go to Williams, he'll go to fucking Alpine. Like he'll go to fucking Sauber. Like he'll just go to anyone that will take him.
I mean, I don't know. But like Fernando's what, 43 now? Like he's shown you can drive into your 40s. I think Lewis is 40.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's tough. But
and Fernando's still, I mean, probably, hard to say how good he really is because he's driving against Lance Stroll, but he's beating Lance Stroll, so
yeah, it's tough. But
that's something.
Anyway, thanks for listening, everyone. Had a good little yap there. Hope you enjoyed. And like and subscribe. See you later.
Peace out.